Hi everyone, welcome back to our paradise. If this is your first visit, hello. My name is Bethany and this is my boring vlog. Nearly 2 years ago, my man and our daughter and myself left our comfortable and established lifestyle in Ontario, Canada for a life we always chatted about during morning coffee. Fast-tracking our retirement plans, chasing our dreams, and risking our future, we purchased 7 unseen acres in the wilderness of Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia. We downsized everything we owned, loaded up a trailer, our dog, 2 cats, an ATV, and hauled them to our new land. We knew for sure that our life was about to make a drastic change, but what we didn't know was that we were relocating to the most gorgeous place we've ever seen. We took a chance and it was worth it. Join us as we navigate through our new RV lifestyle. New climate, new landscape, new wildlife, building a world we dreamed of in a place only seen in postcards from the ground up. Thanks for visiting. And subscribe to my channel if you would enjoy the content of a 40-something gal running away into the woods with her family. So my friends, here we are, the middle of January, and we have certainly received a mixed bag of weather over here on the island this past week. We started with a nice thick blanket of snow, an absolute beautiful scene, like something out of a magazine. And it's automatic at this point to check our water system before we do anything in our day, and it's always a relief to find it working like clockwork. I groom dogs from home, and as a retired funeral director who spent more than 2 decades in the death care industry, you can imagine how peaceful and therapeutic working with dogs can be. This video was recorded during an ordinary week in my life on our land. Basically baking, cooking, cleaning, homesteading, and of course roaming the woods. And if it weren't for my little dog grooming business, I would probably rarely see any people. Which wouldn't be a horrible thing if I'm being honest. I'm actually grateful for my work for several reasons, not just for the therapy and obviously a little income in our back pocket, but I get to use my body and provide a service that's in demand, and that feels good. Plus, I know every single dog in my community and their owners, and some of us even trade services. I may or may not have exchanged grooming for food. So it's another new week. I just finished work for today. It's actually just about 10 to 12, and believe it or not, I forgot to feed Stan this morning, and I thought of it while I was grooming, and I was like, oh no, I wanted Stan to be ready to use for my coffee cake that I'm going to be making, but I remembered I can use discard or fresh starter. I want to wash this jar, so let's do a discard and clean the jar. Stan. It's always a good idea to smell your starter every time. He smells like it's like a sweet smell, you know, fresh wheat. Fresh wheat with honey or something. So I'm actually gonna, I have lots of discard. Let's see how much discard I have. Tia, you need to get out of here. Not enough room back here, Tia. Beep, beep. Good girl. Do you have to pee? Do you have to go pee? Huh? Do you gotta go pee? You smell the dogs from today. She has to inspect me. That's why she gets clingy when I get back in here, because she knows I've been with other dogs. It's okay. I love you first. I love you first. Aw, good girl. Good girl. You're still my girl. You're my girl. Yes. It's okay. It's okay. All right. I need to get this done, Tia. I need to make coffee and stuff. So I want to wash this jar. I like this big jar. So I'm going to put what I need to feed Stan and discard the rest. So this will be to feed him. I mean, I can use discard for the cake, but I want to use active starter. When in doubt, always use active. And then this is discard. So that I'm keeping to make a new, to feed Stan with. That is Stan. And then the discard jar is nearly full and ready for a recipe. So I will be using this much starter, this much water, and this much flour. Much water. What I'm looking for is a pancake consistency, maybe a little bit runnier than a pancake. In my opinion, there is something underrated about leading a boring lifestyle. My dreams have all come true, so now my hope is that my life will continue to be this boring for the rest of my days. And I pray I never lose sight of the majestic beauty that surrounds me here. Okay, you're done. The bottom is completely burnt.
No. Why'd you burn it?
Well, it's too thick, I think. I should have had it in a bigger pan, so I cut the bottom off. The rest is good.
The thing gonna make it to my mouth?
Is it
Good.
for real?
Mm-hmm. Good. Really good.
I burnt the bottom. But it's hard because it's so thick. I think I made too much. The whole cake is good, except I had to cut the bottom off. Look at it's literally black. And that's because I think all my sugar mixture just sunk to the bottom and burned. Oh well, it's actually still pretty good. The top, if I cut off that much off the bottom, oh well, better luck next time. just wanted to jump in here to show you the beaver lodge out in the lake. You can see it melted all the way around. It just shows how warm it is under there. Aww. Can't wait for spring to get back out of my kayak. Very warm and everything is melting, but it's about to dip to -10. We're about to get this Arctic blast that everybody's talking about, and all of this is gonna freeze solid. So I have this thought, and I know I've mentioned it before, but I would love to create a bushcraft shelter in our woods. I've never built anything like it, but I've watched my hero in action over on the show Alone, and I've enjoyed an embarrassing amount of YouTube videos about bushcrafting that I'm inspired and ready to give it a go. It might be a total disaster, or it might not, but no matter what, it would be fun to build a fort in the woods, don't you think? I'm actually visualizing a little treehouse type shelter. Nothing like high up in the tree or anything like that, just off the ground a little bit. And I'll take all the time I need and just hide away to work on it whenever I can. It's not like a survival shelter or anything like that, just a camping shelter, so there's no pressure for perfection. I have a location that I believe is the perfect spot for said shelter. I'm actually going to call it my she shelter. And I'm going to begin building probably in the spring. I found this location in the early days of arriving to our land of dreams. It was probably the first week of arriving that I began exploring our land. And at the time, I thought I was like so deep in the wilderness. I had a feeling there were bears and lynx and coy wolves following me. I was so nervous. Now I realize that this is barely even touching the wilderness. I'm almost embarrassed how scared I was at the beginning. It's literally just our backyard. Oh, baby kitty. Last year, our attention was focused on the sanctuary cleanup, and that was cool. And we were able to set up our tent trailer, and I was able to camp out down there, and we use it all the time, and I'm there every single day. But the she shelter project that I had was put on the back burner of my mind last year. But this year, it's on the forefront of my mind, and now I'm determined to make it happen. And let's be real, it doesn't matter where I build it. Anywhere on our land is magical, but a riverside shelter just seems fitting and wonderful. So I'll take you to the location. Shh, don't tell anyone. It's my second sanctuary. It's also a very pretty spot. Haven't been here in a while. So just to give you some context, our sanctuary is right in there. So I could walk back. I'll probably walk back to the sanctuary from there instead of going up the hill and around. So I just kind of went off Tia's trail and cut around. I like this spot. There, so it's just over there. And Manfred and I last year walked along this river, and we made it pretty far over there until it really got thick, and it was really hard to get through. But this stream comes from Squirrel Mountain, which is right there. Can't even see it, we're so close technically. It's right next door here. And so the water comes down Squirrel, and I actually crossed the path of it when I hiked to the top of Squirrel. And it comes down and in through here, goes all the way to there, around the bend, and there's the sanctuary right in here. So let's go there. It's really nice hay though in here. So the tent trailer is like right there, in there. Can't really see it. Oh, I see it here. It's right in there. And we cross over here. And there's our sanctuary. Cool, hey? It's like a fun little loop after you get back from touring on Tia's trail. You can take the long way back. Yeah, we just came from there. But that's a fun little spot because over here now it's quite opened up. And the road is right there and our driveway's right there and we can kind of see in here. It's not so secret anymore, but that's okay because it is good to have it kind of cleaned up and opened up that way. You know, if there's any issues, we're close. But that one is like super secret. Like nobody would know you're in there. It's been a really relaxing Sunday. We got a roast chicken going in the crock pot. We're gonna have onion rings and salad for supper.